I don't know, it might just be me, but I kind of feel like it's January 17th, 2011. It's Monday. It's Day 9 Daily number 241. It's Funday Monday, folks. I'm so excited because today is one of the first Funday Mondays ever where people, though trying to dick around, played amazingly. Oh my god, the replay submissions were all so crisp, so clean. One-sided Hulk smashing, seriously, fists just traveling at the speed of light through the faces of everyone who has never really watched the Day 9 Daily, right? Just getting bludgeoned apart. So good. Just drink a little water out of my face-sized mug. Look at the size of this thing. This isn't even an optical illusion. Oh my god, look at that. Anyways, today's Funday Monday was the following. You must submit a game of you playing Protoss, only attacking with the Warp Prism. Eventually you can attack normally with the rest of your units, like if you have 3 bases up and running, but before that time, you may only warp units into attack, drop units from a Warp Prism to attack, not make any units and don't attack, right? Those are your options. Because last week's Funday Monday was all about the Nidus Worm and doing all sorts of fun, crazy harassment and attacking at multiple locations at once. And I thought, how could other races do that? And I said, well, let's just see if the Warp Prism will end up working well. And holy cow, people are good. Gonna be watching 5 user-submitted games today. Yeah! And again, what was so cool about it is that sometimes my job on Funday Monday is to watch games that are awful and to try to just make them fancy, right? So some of like the sub-10 league absolute total dog shit play, and I have to spruce it up with all sorts of flour and lipstick. But today, no, goodness no. There will be doom-de-doom-doom, dum-da-dum-dum. Uh-oh, did Day 9 already have an error happen? Couldn't be. He's never made a mistake while casting before. Have I? Good. Let's go back. Let's go into game 1. Oh, you'll notice, okay, let's get some of the pre-game chat. You'll notice at the very least, come on. That's right, the sound's functioning, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Waffle in the right position as a Protoss. In the bottom left, we have Zalor as the yellow Zerg. Have you ever been raged at by a toss and ladder when you're a Zerg? Ite me, says Blue Waffle. This is why. So Zalor says, this is why, and proceeds to, oh, this is why. I hate playing Zerg as toss. Well, there's an interesting way that some people do begin bonding on the ladder. Normally, more common builds for saying hello is like, hi, ASL. That's sort of been phased out as more and more people have stopped using America Online and that sort of thing, and now it's just hi. Hi, hello. You know, you don't really need a style. You can just begin talking how wonderful the internet is. I'm always thinking in terms of this little way. Anytime I ever see someone type something, I think, what would the analog be if you're just trying to talk casually to, like, I don't know, a pretty girl who you see at a Starbucks, you know? Because that's something that a lot of people struggle with, right? They go from here like, hi! You know, no control over the volume, all that awkwardness, that pain deep within your stomach. Don't mess up! So you see her and you're just like, ah! You scream at her. But people are always like, I have written a book called The Game, where you learn how to not be a total idiot all the time. And you open the book and it literally says, don't be an idiot, and that sort of thing. And you know that right here, going up to someone in StarCraft and being like, have you ever had someone just scream with hatred at you? And people are like, yeah, totally. And for some reason, that's an okay way to talk. People are like, oh yeah, totally. Random stranger. Yes, I will happily engage in conversation about that topic. But I would never go up to a girl at a coffee shop and be like, I hate drivers in Los Angeles. And she's like, I don't own a car, I'm a student, I walk to school. And I'm like, ugh. And then I get a caramel macchiato, which is a really good drink. Anyways, into game one. What are we going to see? We're going to speed things right along because we got 5 fancy games coming up. Now, always the point of Funday Monday is to get people thinking outside the box, to get them to do strategies that they would not ordinarily embark upon, such as the Warp Prism related strategy. But whenever I say get a Warp Prism fast, what bums me out is when people just get a Warp Prism fast, right? They just blindly, straight up, unthinkingly, unwittingly blast a Warp Prism out by pressing as many of the correct buttons in the proper order as possible, with absolutely no thought about how to integrate it into a build. Now, what we're seeing the Zerg do is the sort of usual hatch gas opening. He's going to be pooping out some lings and a queen. Here comes the pooping. Oop, double queen. Probably want to ease up. He's going to mine. He's going to... The drones are... Going to be mining some gas. Very ordinary, typical Zerg vs. Protoss build. Oh, shit, says Zalor, obviously like that. Anyways, what always really excites me is when a player does something like what Blue Waffle does, against a pretty typical style of opening from Zalor, but instead of, does a typical build, but then incorporates the Warp Prism in a reasonable fashion. So it looks like Blue Waffle has some very nice timing. It looks like he is going to... he might have the anti-timing, actually. Come on, Canoningu! Hey, yeah, that's what we call the man timing. I'm going to go ahead and build a second forge on 27, a pretty typical thing. Now, if you're looking at this, you're probably thinking the same thing I am. Every Protoss does this. Every Protoss does the early expand, the sort of double gas. Zergs pretty typically end up getting this sort of composition of roaches. They can begin doing a little bit of damage from afar, but not too extraordinarily much. Again, game one is going to be an intro to our lovely little Warp Prism build. So here we go. Come on. We're going to have Zalor. Looks like he's going to be just continuing to make some drones. Looks like he ended up making a few too many units, which is always somewhat of a curse in this matchup. But I just want to note that, like, APM-wise, these players aren't playing blistering speeds. This is not your master class. I no longer have to say tip-top of the line Ultra Gosu Diamond. I can actually just say Master. And people sort of get what I'm referring to. I do like that Blizzard helps me with my conservation of syllables. But anyways, we do see a lot of gateways being produced at this point in time. Cannot attack with them. Remember, you are not allowed to walk your units to his base until you have 3 or more bases up and running. And the double robo, woo baby, going for the big mass Warp Prism. In the meantime, we see the lair coming up for Zalor. It's a little bit later than usual, but you know what? That's fine. Neither player's playing optimally. If they're both playing a little bit behind, we can still draw that sort of truth and knowledge. Ooh, a Nidus Worm play. Very cool, very fancy. We do see some units getting warped in there. Overlord hanging out on the high ground, +1 done, speeding things right along, Alright, he's going for the double Warp Prism. By the way, a lot of people kind of went overboard with the Warp Prisms, like one robotics facility constantly chrono boosting Warp Prisms, like they would have the ever so popular 5 Warp Prism, 5 Stalker army, like each of them gets his luxury cruiser, like don't worry, I'll write it off as a business expense. It's so cool to be a reincarnated Dragoon. Like seriously, those guys do not need that many Warp Prisms. These just 2 will be enough, because here comes the awesome, bringing the Warp Prism in, see you later ramp, and here comes the goodbye, we will miss you main play. And, well, it looks like his entire army was loaded up into the Nidus Worm anyways. Now, Zerg could, in essence, defend this. But instead, he's going to go for the counterattack. Whoa. But this is a sort of standard, typical, usual, ordinary thing that was seen. Uh-oh, yeah, try to get out of there, drones. Try to get out of there. Good luck. Have fun. See you later. So Zalor's going to say GG, so that's going to go ahead and wrap that game up. Again, very simple. Sort of not that difficult execution. But you know what? This is something that not a lot of Zergs really experience. A lot of Zergs kind of have all their stuff out in the middle of the map. It's kind of hard to break the front, so as we see, well, I mean, looks like there was whatever, he's just going to go ahead and keep playing, no big deal. As we see, this is kind of hard to break as Zergs, but this sort of counterattack, this sort of counter-drop antics, you don't really see. So, Zerg's going to go ahead and just not... He's just going to keep playing. That's fine. I mean, he did a Nidus Worm in the main. He said GG. He's going to go ahead and play it out. Sometimes this is a good way to throw your opponent off to say GG, and then maybe he'll leave the game. Maybe you can get some of those points. Another Nidus Worm. I would call that marginally ineffective. But of course, no big problem. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 5 Warp Prisms. Come on, come on. Yeah. And you might think that having... that having 13 gateways is bad, but not when you can warp in 13 units at once with your trust fund. So it looks like Zalor is a little bit weirded out. Again, I lost twice in the same game. Indeed, Zalor, have more honor next time. Yes, Zalor. You would think he didn't say GG, but he did. He just said a while back. So that is the coolness that is this Funday Monday. Now, ordinarily, I would just love to be like, haha, he tried to do the alphabetical free-for-all style, you know, some goofy games. Not today, man. We're going to see some serious beast mode coming up from everyone. All right, there was a second game that we were going to be doing today. Ah, yes, Funday Monday 4. Fantastico. I am so excited, because again, all these games are pretty competent. Woohoo! Now, usually the creativity results in just funniness. Like when I said no Marines, no Marauders, no tanks, and people basically didn't kill people ever with Terran. It was a little bit long, perhaps a little dry, but that's okay. We have Mick as the all caps yellow Protoss, the enemy at the top, and in the right we have Huizna. Huizna is going to be our good heroic little Protoss player. I'm always a little curious what people are sort of going for with their name. A lot of people just sort of have a name, like, you know, a guy I know his name was Dave on the ladder. His real life name was David, so he just went all out. I'm Dave, that's fine, I'll just be Dave. Sometimes people like me, we try to go for something really intimidating and powerful sounding. Day 9, right? Some very, ooh, doopty-doopty, catchy, yeah. Yeah, they try to do that sort of thing. Some people try to sound hardcore, so they will pick their favorite villain from an anime-style thing, you know, like maybe Sephiroth, you know, like pretty typical stuff. I don't really know what you go for when you name yourself Huizna. Maybe you had a cold, maybe he saw the Funday Monday last week and was like, oh, I love to submit a Warp Prism harass. So it looks like Huizna is going to go ahead and open up with the double gate play. Pretty typical way to not get that gas up, get the second gate up. Mick going to get his second gas up, but per usual, at least one player in every game going to not get any gas at all. More pylons coming down as he's pylon blocked. And here comes some funkiness from Huizna. He's going to be continuing to make workers, continuing to make units. Very cool stuff, good stuff, good stuff. A forge. You don't need to forge. I mean, are you really going to get the upgrade in time? This is what I was thinking, because we did see Root Gaming's Chewy do a mass zealot warp in the main of EG Machine with a +1 attack upgrade, and that helped do a great deal of damage. Here comes the warp in. Uh-oh. So it looks like he's going to be loading up these units, and ooh, what's this? Come on. Yeah, he's loading in two probes. Come back! Alright, cool, he's loading in the 2 probes. And now Huizna is going to unload. He's taking the island. Yeah, that's what I like. Go, little probe. Expand, expand. But here comes the money play. Here it comes. Oh, that's right. You can warp in cannons with a Warp Prism. Oh, yeah. All right. Kick ass. And he doesn't suspect a thing. He has no idea. And look, even taking the island. Kick ass. And there the cannons are done now. Now time to advance forward. Oh, Mick, you were trying to go for some sort of Mass Colossus play, but you got a base built in your base. Poor guy. Oh, Huizna. Pulling out the mass buggery. It's going to be quite difficult to deal with. His cannons, of course, as you know, if you're a Zerg player, cannons are invincible. They actually cannot be killed off at all, no matter what. He's going to continue to build the cannons, continue to build the strong static defense. Oh, yes. Warp Prisms. And that's all he had to say about that. Probably a pretty cool guy, just Warp Prisms. Warp Prisms. Giving his opponent the stare down. And again, in the analog to real life, how would you approach a pretty lady? Perhaps you're at a hotel. She's, you know, has a purse, perhaps a bag because she was getting groceries. She doesn't really have a lot of hands free approaching the entrance. So you hold the door open for it. As she enters, you just look at her and go, a door. That's right, give her the stare down. Let her know who the boss is. It's a door. So what's up? So you have the Warp Prism. Warp Prisms. Warp Prisms. No follow-up. Just the blind statement. Yeah, getting more warped in. And of course, if you ever do have 2 bits of field area, such as a Warp Prism and a Pylon, it doubles the rate that things warp in at, so that can sometimes be a little bit effective to have 2 Pylons or 2 Warp Prisms to, again, double that warp in speed. Did any of you believe me? Did any of you just believe me? Did any of you actually fall for that? Were any of you like, taking notes in your StarCraft notebook? It's Monday. We don't learn things on Monday. We totally blow off steam because we're disappointed at the end of the weekend. Double warping. I bet. Yeah, seriously. That's almost as dumb as saying that 2 creep tumors spread creep twice as fast. He's on fire today. Look at him. He's going nuts. He's out of control. He's bonkers. So, per usual, we're going to see Mick take a very, very cautious attack path. And by cautious, I mean the longest possible attack path. Sometimes we can go a direct route to our opponent's base. Other times we have played Oregon Trail in the 2nd grade, and we want to go ahead and just, not choose the banker. We want to be like the chef because we want to get the ×4 score, and we enjoy the extra arduousness of the journey. Go ahead, I'll ford the river. You've never had a successful time fording the river, have you? All your oxen drown. These are important things to note relating to the game. It'll all come back around, right? It's an important thing to go on. Either way, we do see that Mick's extra arduous journey might gain him a few extra points. Mick has not rebuilt their base and is being revealed. Huizna is going to go ahead and have his Highland expansion. He's going to be transferring probes. Come on. A few over here. We can drop them over here. We can drop them over there. Alright, gonna come back, gonna load these up. Death and destruction by Mick. Come on, Huizna. Come on, Huizna. I'm gonna go to the Huizna cam. Alright, cool. Wow, look at how far to the right that Warp Prism is. Yeah. Doesn't even center that bad boy. Come on, go, go, go. Yeah, unload them. Fantastic. Gonna send guys into gas. Gas is always important. So we're gonna see Mick doing extra amounts of damage. Both players losing their whole base. Huizna. Warp Prisms into losing my whole effing base. To which Mick says, had enough of that. Too much to handle. Very prompt Hulk smashery, It's kind of an interesting thing to think about, the fact that you can just warp cannons in, because cannons, and in general a lot of the static defense in Starcraft 2 is really, 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 really strong. It's kind of hard to get it there. So this excites me because I'm thinking, well, is there any map where there are long distances between the main and the natural? Because if there are, I could drop a Warp Prism there, warp in some cannons and some units, and just kind of cut the 2 bases in half. Really hard to pierce. Pretty sweet, kick-ass thing to do. Either way, remember, Warp Prisms and cannons, pretty cool. Alright, let's go into Game 2 now. Let's go into Game 3 now. God, he's good. Oh, he's on fire. Man, alright, Funday Monday. Not that one. Don't look, don't read any of these titles. Where the hell is it? Where is it? Oh my god! There it is. Found it. Yes, indeed. It looks like in the left corner we have our hero, Icarus, in the left corner. Gonna be going for a very early pylon, it looks like. Whoa, Icarus, you crazy! Is he scouting? Is he going to go ahead and scout? Is he going to go? I want an early scout. I want to know exactly what my opponent's up to. So that way, later, when I get the Warp Prisms, I'll know right what to do. I'll just sacrifice all my early game economy. Is he really scouting? Icarus, you're crazy! I like to open up with the traditional scout on 6. Because, you don't really need all those workers at the outset of the game. Icarus, you need those workers. Excuse me, I drooled. You're crazy, Icarus. Let me just wash that embarrassing moment away. And on the right side... Oh my god, on the right side we have Chewy! Chewy, what's going on, man? Oh my god, hey, what's up, Chewy? It's so good to see you. Are you just playing in the Funday Monday? Well, he might be. I don't know. I don't speak Chewbacca. Either way, we do have Chewy building a gateway on 10. It's so good to see. Oh, and Icarus with the scout on 6, getting to his opponent's base, knowing exactly what is going on. That is great, great news. Always want to keep an eye on Chewy, because sometimes if you're not watching him, he'll escape from the whole fucking Death Star, won't you, Chewy? Yes, you will, Chew. You're so cool. And I'm so cool. Yeah. Icarus scouting through the center. Oh, sorry. Some of that awesomeness got caught in my throat. For the record, I can't do a Chewy. Last time I did, I almost swallowed my uvula. Either way, we do see that the assimilator coming up from Icarus. He's building that gateway at his front. Chewy doing the exact same thing. He's going to go ahead and get that assimilator up right away. No reason at all to delay that gas. He's going to be scouting through the middle, but Icarus, again, by scouting on 6, he can control that Zelmaga watchtower to make sure that none of the units that could actually be built at that point in time can be scouted. That's a hell of a sentence. Enjoy that one, non-native English speakers. That's what I'm talking about. Also enjoy this one, non-native English speakers. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we do have Icarus chrono boosting a supply block Nexus, a pretty common way to just keep yourself low on energy. Sometimes you're up at 75, 80 energy and you just don't want to have any energy. So just chrono boost something where you're a supply blocked. We're now going to go ahead and get that Warp Prism upgrade. Chewy is actually doing a good job of really controlling his buildings, and it's kind of hard because he just has these giant paws. So when it's like time to chrono boost, he just, you know, he just can... Really, one of the coolest matches I ever witnessed was Chewbacca against a penguin. Both of them just sort of like flailing around. The poor Chewy was thing, and the penguin was just totally smoking a cigarette. He didn't care. He was whatever. Why do penguins' feet not freeze? That's something I've just sort of always wondered. Just throwing it out there. Anyways, we do see that the Chrono Boost is coming up from Chewy. Uh-oh, Chewy, look out. Oh my god, Icarus. Icarus only just now finished his warp gates. He has successfully chrono boosted a non-supply blocked structure. Don't know how I feel about that. He really should be spending that chrono boost on supply block buildings. That's okay. He's creating a little armada of probes that are just going to go right back to mining. They were maybe thinking maybe there's a geyser coming up. No geyser coming up yet, you guys. It just ain't a big deal. The 4 warp gate rush coming in eventually. Oh my god, the dreaded eventual 4 warp gate. Oh, seriously, something you need to worry about. Chewy is a beast at the eventual 5 warp gate. And remember, it's not important that you 4 or 5 warp gate fast. It's just important that it happens eventually. Honey, will you take me on a date? Eventually, darling. Eventually. Oh, I love how he plays hard to get. Eventually. So, of course, we do see the huge amount of units stockpiling for Chewy. He's waiting a full 90 seconds to advance. He's going to be making a few extra pylons so he can unsupply block himself. Icarus used Sly Raccoon successfully. Alright, again, so important to have multiple powered units in one location so units warp in faster. It's my troll face. I didn't know my jaw could do that. And oh no! Oh, Icarus! Icarus! You have 3 units, Icarus! Be careful! And Chewy going in for the kill! Oh yeah, Chewy, get him, Chewy! Oh no, there's the Warp Prism on the other side of the map! Icarus! Icarus doesn't really have that much stuff. Chewy, can you... Oh my god! Alright, come on, Icarus, one time. Come on. You can do it. Oh, he's retreating to the islands. He only has these 2 warp gates. Come on. Get him. Come on, Chewy. Do you notice anything yet, Chewy? Oh, looks like he's still busy at the battle at the front. Come on. Play based on hope. Come on. Okay. It was super effective! Hoping is the key to success, don't you think so, Chewy? Look, I know you're pissed, bro, but you gotta watch your base. You gotta be careful that there's not a bunch of units in your silly base. And in the meantime, dump, bumpa! He is taking an island expansion. There we go. Always a few duds at the outset. Ain't nothing to a boss. Alright, cool. Get him, Chewy! Chewy, you have to micro, Chewy! No, Chewy! He's losing everything. Icarus, you're Gosu times 2, baby! Oh, man. How tragic. Poor Chewy. Oh, getting chased down. Oh, look, probes hanging out over here, ready to expand again. Now, it looks like the 4 warp gate opening from Chewy that turned to the 5 warp gate was pretty effective. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Icarus sort of mimic that same style. I mean, because now, again, he has the good opportunity to do an opening again. Alright, good. I mean, I think most people know about the canonical 4 Warp Gate. Looks like he's going for a little bit more of an economically focused 3 Warp Gate, or really actually go the distance and be aggro. It looks like he's drawing some of these Zealots back. That's fine. I was going to go ahead and do a little bit of probe harass, maybe? No, he's just going to go ahead and take the other island! Ow, baby! Getting it done, getting it fun on Funday Monday. Oh yes, a very standard 4 Warp Gate build. He's going to Chrono Boost so he can get his probe count over 10. Oh, lol! He is now sending probes to the bottom right expansion. Going to make sure that he can set that one up eventually. Eventually, remember, it's not important that you get it done fast in a strategy game. It is eventually. There's the Nexus going down. He's building another pylon. We see units from Chewy. Where is it? Where did he go? Oh, poor Chewy. Oh, no. Oh! Play based on hope works well again. Hiding the Warp Prism. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Chewy is going to decide to leave all those units back in his base. He knows the value of defense. It does look like Icarus is going to go again for 4 Warp Gate, because he wants to double check if 4 Warp Gate worked well on this island, it should also work well when I do it on this island. You gotta have a repetition within these games, right? You have to make sure you do your build multiple times in multiple locations, right, Chewy? I love this soundboard. He's warping him in. He can do a 4-gate into a 4-gate. The double 4-gate build. This is fantastic. I'm really feeling this, and at this point in time, now that he has 8 gateways, he can warp in at least one thing. He's getting a Twilight Council as well, and here comes the Warp Prism. He's going to try to go for another assault along that right flank. Gotta be a little careful. Okay, now he's going to begin warping things in. He's going to warp in 2 units. 3 units, you don't want to overcommit. If you have 8 gateways, warp them in 3 at a time. See how it feels. We call this a feeler attack. You're just sort of feeling your opponent out. You're just going to lose a couple of units, right? You're just going to throw them out. You just want to make sure that it can end up being effective. Chewy, why are you expanding over there? Chewy. That is on the other side of the map. You can just take... I drooled again. Your natural. It's an easy base to defend. It's your natural. Do you know what I'm saying, Chewy? That was a funnier noise. I like that one quite a bit. Chewy, why are you expanding over there? Alright, that's fine. Okay, alright, that's fine. He's going to expand to the opposite end of the map. We do see the Speed Zealot getting warped in. Huge amounts of money going down. A 9th gate, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. You gotta go 4-gate multiple times in one game, sometimes in the same base. Oh, yeah, Speed Zealots, warp in, hope-based play. Come on, you got this, yes. There he goes. Come on, warp those Zealots and get him, warp him in, get him, Icarus, get him, yeah, get him. Yeah, punch him, spank him, get him, give it to him, do it. That's what I'm talking about. How you like that, Chewy? How you like that? Getting thumped, getting mashed, getting rolled over, getting wrecked, getting Hindenburged. Oh my gosh, it's not even like the train drove off the rails. There were no rails to begin with. Good luck being a train there. See you later, alligator. Chewy, how you feeling right now? Oh, never mind. Because DeManDred made me do it. Definitely go look that up on YouTube for any of you who are not catching the reference. It is one of the funkiest beats which I have ever heard. And you know what? Screw that. I'm just going to go ahead and play it here on air. DeManDred made me do it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, because sometimes I just make y'all do it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
DeManDred made me do it. No tanks, Marauders or Marines, there ain't nothing to it. DeManDred made me do it.
Yeah,
and if I
boy,
you
rush, can't tell but my hand is on my dick. Oh, baby.
My whole fucking base, there ain't nothing to it. DeManDred made me do it. In a team game, it really doesn't matter. Tell you what we're making, in the game we laughter. Play a few games, so DeManDred all the
It's time to host the fourth game. Where the hell is that game? That's right. Going a little cruising to the left, cruising to the right. I could do the Macarena, but I'm not 8. Oh, baby knows how to do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the next game. From Clips, the Protoss hero, from DeManDred, who has alternating caps which no doubt imply exactly when I should be loud or soft in pronouncing his name. DeManDred. He has the D, so let's see if we can do this. DeManDred is in the top corner. Good. He is playing as the Blue Terran pieces. We do see in our leftmost position Clips hanging out on the left. Now, this is one of my favorite games that I saw in the entire pack. Saving Chrono Boost again. Come on, spend that Chrono Boost. Now, because note that Clips cannot really attack in these proxy positions. He's got to be careful because DeManDred is going to be able to do a little bit of Marine and Marauder pushing. He can do that pretty standard stuff. We see the refinery going down. We see that trying to do a little bit of chasing. Come on, come back here. Come on. Whoa, trying to juke him. Ain't working. Meanwhile, we do see that it looks like pylons going down, gateway coming up, etc., etc. Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, cyber core going down. Alright, Reactor coming up. Originally not as popular in opening, but now Terrans love getting themselves a fast Reactor. They can get so many Marines with this style of play. Dr. DeManDred should be investing in more Baroxen in just a moment, but it looks like no, he's going to get a command center. Cool little way to open. Very, very cool. He is getting a lot of those Mariners. Looks like the Warp Gate is getting started. Assimilator finishing up. Such a typical, usual, standard build. And for some reason, it is so hot in my room. I actually cannot quite believe how extremely hot this is. Is this like... Is that normal? I don't know if you can see the moisture. I just kind of have to take a moment to aerate. Oh my gosh, let me... Oh, it's getting a little steamy in there. The camera's actually getting blurry. It's going to be Desert Oasis. I just can't... I mean, I'm just a little too hot right now. Wow. That's just a little smoke in that build. Let me... Whew. Oh, I can't hear anything. But that's fine. Neither can you, because I never remember to turn the sound on. I might actually have to ask my roommate just to turn on the air conditioner. It's so hot in this room. It is 1,000,000 degrees. This only just dawned on me. I am sweating worse than a sumo wrestler who's jumping rope in an attic. What is this? Oh, God. I feel like I'm in the Sahara Desert underneath a heat lamp. Jeez, did I just go to a disco in hell? Oh, maybe it's menopause. I don't know. I'm just really unbelievably hot right now. I just... Oh my God, I can't believe that. Okay, he's getting some... He's getting Marines and Marauders. Oh, he's getting an Observer. He's made himself a nice, hefty little army. And here comes something fancy. Gravatic Drive. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Getting that Gravatic Drive. That is so cool. That is the speed upgrade for the Warp Prism. Here's the food count. We do see our Protoss player bringing the pain down on the food count. We see more Marines getting constructed. There's the stim. No combat shield has thusly been planted. Ooh, Ghost going down. The Mobius reactor getting upgraded so that way he can do the good old blast of the EMP when he so desires. And we do see Caloxin coming down. Please tell me, yes. It's a Caloxin drop. It's a Caloxin. It's a... For as hot as it is, I shouldn't be salivating this much. This is absurdly hot in this room. It might be 1,000,000 degrees. Literally. Literally, it might be 1,000,000 degrees. He's doing Caloxin drop. Things are heating up, literally and figuratively. I'm putting my headphones back on, trapping more heat, making it a very hat-like environment in my room. Gonna be rough. Let's see how it goes. Hey, you want to expand? Good luck. There's a Caloxin in your base. He's going to drop it. He's going to begin slicing things up. Here come all the units. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose any of this. But always remember, poach with the Warp Prism. You want the Warp Prism leading off to the left so you can spot what's coming in. And you can try to retreat. Be careful! Oh, Calypse. Oh, gonna give me an aneurysm. Hold on. I just got really dizzy. Oh, I did that little scream, and it's actually so hot in my room. My God. This is insane. Whew, oh my God. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, DeManDred having total unbelievable discoordination, discombobulation, anti-focus, the unclickery happening up in north position. Gonna go ahead and re-expand, and this is what always excites me when someone does the unorthodox. When you're ever doing something a little bit off, a little bit unusual, it means that your opponent gets thrown off his normal build very, very easily. He's not used to having a freaking another Colossus drop getting in the back. How many kills does it have? 9 kills? You're nuts! Oh, Miss Piggy! Oh, there's a Colossus drop in your main. That's my Kermit the Frog, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, Miss Piggy would probably be something like, Kermit! I'm so bad at these voices. But that's okay, because it's important to convey the information. I am a lector. It's essential that I convey things in a way that you'll understand it. And I figure Muppetry makes sense because I am a freaking Muppet. That's right, you haven't even seen my freaking legs ever, have you? I don't have no legs. But if I did, they'd be sweating. Either way, we do see, look at this, no SCVs here, some SCVs here. DeManDred even doing a good job of queuing it up. No way, it's raining Colossi! Hallelujah, it's raining Colossi. I need more syllables in there. Yeah, yeah. Here it comes. Colossi at your back, and Colossi also at your back. Come on, come on. Coloxin coming in. Beautifully placed observer doing the harassment. DeManDred. Oh my gosh, totally not in control. Here comes, oh my gosh, another little attack. Yes, get him. 22 kills, you crazy Clips. You're nuts. You've lost your rocker, but uh-oh, here comes the attack. Now, if Protoss was doing this right, he will be able to defend this. He has a decent army set up. It looks like there's another Colossus in the main. Here comes the amazing hero defense from Clips. Unbelievable! He's the defense. He's, micro, be careful, okay. Unbelievable! Alright, he held it off fine. It was no problem. There was not an issue. He didn't have to grab a tissue. Have an issue? Grab a tissue. One of my favorite lines whenever someone's like, I had a really bad day, and for some reason I'm feeling particularly callous and just want to be an ass. Always good. Have an issue? Grab a tissue. So we do see the Coloxin drop continuing, doing the pain. Who needs Reavers when you have Colossi? Because let me tell you something. I don't know if... No, you know what? Here, look. I need the appropriate... I need the setup, right? There's a setup that's here. Okay. I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced a Reaver, but... Those units are idiots. Reavers are the dumbest units in the game. In particular, the Scarab. The Scarab, it's just... I cannot believe how stupid a Scarab is. Go get some StarCraft 1, alright? Watch, just put a frickin' Reaver in the middle of a frickin' mineral line, and it'll kill an SCV, maybe. It'll be sitting there, and the Scarab will just like... You know, I want to kill him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. And I'm like at my computer, hands and like no touching the keyboard, no touching the mouse. And I'm just like, what in the fuck? My lurkers don't do this. Why are you doing it, Scarab? And the Scarab's like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. I have a time limit though. And then he just bursts and doesn't do any damage. He doesn't even kill anything. But the animation went off. It's not like a spider mine. When it detonates, at least it hurts something. It just... It costs 15 minerals for one of those. It shoots, and then I have a lot of pent-up frustration about this. I don't know if any of you have ever had a Reaver drop happen to you, but anytime a Reaver drop happens, I think free money, because he's going to shoot like 8 of those freaking $15 Scarabs, and then he's going to lose everything. There was a whole point to this, wasn't there? Oh yeah, it doesn't happen with a Colossus. There's no issue with a Colossus. It just... the SCV falls apart. Alright, let's go back into this game. Let's go ahead and finish this game up, guys. Let's just finish this. Let's just get this daily over with. In the meantime, Coloxin drop. It's raining Colossi. Hallelujah, it's raining Colossi. Yeah, yeah. And I don't actually know the rest of the lyrics, so part of me wants to just be like, showing how funky strong is your fight. It's raining Colossi. Oh, that is such a great song by Justin Timberlake. I love that one. Either way, Coloxin dropped 27 kills. We do see the Warp Prism in the other look, there's a Warp Prism here, all right. There's the Warp Prism also retreating. And look at this. No way for DeManDred to get into a good position. He's sitting there. He's like, I can't defend my base. Ugh. And it's going to be really hard with 2 speed Warp Prisms all over the place. I mean, he could get 1 turret. He could invest in 1 turret, such as, like, 1. That might help, but... whatever, Colossi outrange turrets, don't they? Either way, this is very, very cool. Actually, with the range on that Colossus, oops, looks like the Colossus went ahead and, oops, Colossus doing his Phoenix impersonation. Gonna go ahead and do a little fall down action there. But you know what? This is such one-sided Hulk smashery. Seriously, this is a pair of knuckles in the jawline. This is like a jump punch. I don't know if anyone has ever done a jump punch before, but you probably would never see it in real life. Only on the Nintendo game Kung Fu throwback. And there, of course, is the Colossus drop. Oh! He loses his sad, poor little Colossus. Now Terran looks like he's beginning to stabilize. Protoss cannot attack, though. He is not allowed to attack. Remember, he needs 3 or more bases. That's why he's still going Colossus drop, because I make the rules. I run this fun house. Happy Halloween. On the middle of January. DeManDred continuing to construct lots of things. Here comes in the Warp Prism. Zap! Zap! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Getting out. Alright. Doing his thing. Doing a little bit of damage. Alright. Here comes the Warp Prism. Oh, yep, oh. Sneaking away. Oh, can I do damage to you up here? I can. I'm going to run away. Look at how fast those Warp Prisms are. Oh, no. All right, he can do the perfect defense if he needs to. Or he can just lose everything. Colossi on your left, Colossi on your right. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Clips beat getting it done. Good game. Total Hulk smashery. Now, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Seeing the Colossus drop in action. Seeing the Colossus drop... It is so hot in my room. I cannot believe how extremely hot it is in here. Oh my gosh, I actually just need to stand up. Oh my god. I'm actually going to stand up and step away. Oh, see, I have pants on. So here's the Day 9 daily outfit for the day. Get out of the way, chair. Oh my god, it is so unbelievably hot in this room. And you know what? Here, I'm going to do a little treat. I'm gonna do a little treat here. All right, there's so I'm gonna do a unit. And you tell me what unit I'm doing, okay? Tell me what unit this is. Right? What unit is this? It's an Immortal! I do such a good Immortal impersonation. That was dead on the money. You tell me that was not an Immortal, right? That was perfect. I am so good at this. You want me to do my Overlord from Starcraft2? Sure. Bow! Bow! I can do that all fucking day, but the Immortal... I don't even need my mouth. I could inadvertently duct tape my face shut, and I could still do an Immortal. An important skill to have. So let's go ahead and go into that final game, Game 5, so that I can go take a shower, because people are going to be like, oh my god, did you run 26 miles in the Sahara? And I'll say, no, I did Funday Monday. Alright. Let's go ahead and go into that last game. Let's go into game number final game. Here we go. By sleight of hand. Sleight of hand, quite a man. Gonna be doing a whole lot of hurt today. Come on, sleight of hand, I believe in you. Make it 5-0. We've seen people lose the Funday Monday before. It's hard to do that gruff voice for so long. We've seen people lose the Funday Monday before. We've also seen days where the Funday Monday viewers do end up losing. So we do see sleight of hand in the north position. And in the left, we see Oscarade. Oscarade. Hello, my name's Oscarade. I think I'm going to choose Terran. I'm going to make me some Marauders. I think they're quite good. I think they kill them stalkers well good. We do see sleight of hand now, sending that first probe out. Not quite as early as Icarus's classic scout on 6. But he is going to be doing a probably more typical scout on 9. Fantastic. Hello, little probe. You can come in. You're not a big deal. Alright, now we do see sleight of hand maneuvering around Oscarade's base. In the meantime, sleight of hand has built absolutely nothing. He's building a gateway. There it goes down. That will let him build those units that can be warped in. An essential piece to the puzzle. Alright, Oscarade now getting into the base. He's scouting through. Oh, he sees it. Alright, there he is sneaking through. Alright, fantastic. I'm starting to feel like I'm doing commentary on golf, because that's always the way golf commentary is. I don't know if you've ever watched golf, but one day I woke up and I was like, today's great, let me go be bored. Turn some golf on, and those commentators, here he goes. He's about 15 feet from the green. Let's see if he can chip it on up. Ah, an excellent putt. If he does make another good shot, he could bring this to birdie, bringing him into 82nd place, because there's way too many people in golf tournaments. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he couldn't. There's never anyone like, oh, like just taking a gun and like shooting a bystander, because man, that was an amazing shot. But of course that happens in Starcraft2, right? Either way, making the good old circle of life. He's going to have a nose to the little man face he's making. Oscarade, I think I'm going to make myself a refinery. Get me some gas. I don't know quite where this accent is meandering to. Got a little bit of Texan in there. Of course we can have the Australian. Alright, I'm Oscarade. Gonna make some Marines now. Come on, get out of my base, little probe. Marines are out. Here he comes. Blast him. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Hello, that was perfect. Alright. Again, I'm not that great at accents, but because I am by myself alone in a room sweating, what are you guys really going to do? It is so hot in this room. I keep having to take these headphones off. Like, there's moisture on these headphones. Oh, man. Alright, let's do this. Alright. I figure that since I'm doing a lot of random accents on this particular daily, may as well spice things up a little bit. Alright, let's do one of the classics. Let's do the Dragon Ball Z one. Alright, this is going to be a little bit rough on the voice, but that's fine. I do it for you guys. Sleight of hand spawning in the top position, chrono boosting all of his warp gate research. Does he have the Super Saiyan abilities to warp in units into his opponent's base? My face is turning redder and redder over time because the amount of blood flow needed to power my face. Returning to the game. Oh, that hurts so much. Oh, that's so painful. Oh, I paused it. Advancing directly into the game. I would love to know. That's actually sounding a lot more like the that guy from Metal Gear Solid. I guess it would be, Snake himself. Colonel! Like, bring him over for Thanksgiving dinner. Your wife's stuffing is delicious, Colonel. Is that a real mantle? I just want to know what these people are like in real life. Such as, again, when trying to pick up a beautiful lady, like, hello, sweetheart. I was just coming by to say hello because of how charming you looked. I should probably talk about this game because, again, there's a lot of amazing stuff happening in the midst of all of this. So, anyways, we do see, oh no, the push coming up, sleight of hand, looking weak because he just has Dos Starcaros advancing forward. Oh my god, sleight of hand, he's gonna get an observer out, which will allow him to see everything, killing his whole fucking base, and now he's finishing the gateway. You need to warp in units, sleight of hand, warp them in. Alright, he's warping in one, he's getting a Warp Prism because he knows, even if I die, I have to satisfy the Funday Monday requirements. Blast him, get him, zap him. always imagine a stalker spitting every time it fires, because it kind of has that kind of going on. It's awesome, right? So it's gonna be doing a little bit of repelling action, a little repulsion, compulsion. Uh-oh, and the Warp Prism sneaks on in. Now here is where my unbelievable excitement began. This is just so arousing to me. While all this crazy action was going on up here, the contain, oh my gosh, look, warping in units into the main. Yes, get him, mess him up. There it is, the Warp Prism on the retreat now. Now look at this awkward situation Protoss finds himself, Terran finds himself in. Yeah, look, that contain, not even going to be particularly effective. We'll end up picking off one stalker. Oh, Gosu Micro throwing the force field down, so that way anytime the units get killed and they pop out of the bunker, they go, ow. Always good at make sure those Marines bump their heads when popping out. Looks like that SCV gets taken down. All right, cool. We have one Warp Prism over here. We have some more stuff over here. 4 Warp Gates up. Now, this is not a spread out base. One base for Oscarad. Oh no, my little contain failed. I guess I'll just turtle up. Well, good. So here comes some units getting warped in on the bottom. But here comes some amazing tacticianry by sleight of hand. This is fantastic. Excuse me, sorry. Looks like... Oh, going to be warping in some things over here. Has not really done anything yet. Going to be warping in some stalkers, it appears. But you know, this is very typical from players at all levels. Sitting, turtling a little bit, getting the ghosts up, doing this sort of thing. Here comes one Warp Prism from this side. All these units... well, it kills it. So that's bad. But then we have this one Warp Prism up here, still drawing some of the units forward. And look at this! Zealots just swing right on in from the backside. Look, units getting lost en masse. But then here comes in a little bit of harassment on the backside. Those Zealots kill those units so quickly. Oscar trying to retreat back to pull some sort of defense up. But I want you to think about this. The only way that Oscar can actually come back to defend in time is if he stims. No medevacs up yet, so that's a lot of wasted health. Oh, that's so cool. You're doing such absurd damage by prodding at 2 locations at once. That's so imba. In the meantime, making more obs, making more units, making them probes, not mining them gas. Mine that gas, damn it. Oscar almost done with his cloak upgrade. We see more units getting warped in up here. I just love this tactical maneuveration. Sure, I could be doing some goofy, crazy stuff, but you know what? This is just brilliance right here. And anyone really could do this if you just get 2 Warp Prisms. And it looks like the scan to pick it off, or maybe that was an EMP. Either one's quite popular. Looks like Terran has not really decided to move out yet. Protoss is going to go ahead and build his Nexus. Protoss is just waiting for the money time to strike. He has an observer. And see, just like in the It's Raining Colossi game, the instant that OBS sees the army leave... moving in for the kill, and it looks like he's unloading. He's going to be able to pick off that, maybe. Oh, and Protoss has a nice, healthy little army going down there. And here comes the drop in the main. So cool! So kick-ass! Ah! Warping in more units. Oh, got to be a little careful. Don't want to anti-warp those units in. Don't forget about that sleight of hand. Do a sleight of micro. Continuing to warp in more units. Expo done right now. In the resource counting station, we see the Protoss is ahead by light years. And the Zealots in the back of the base, target firing the Ghost Academy to make sure that he cannot make these ghosts that already exist. And here comes the big push. Uh-oh. I think it's time to go for the kill. I think I'm losing my base. Poor Oscar. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand made a sleight of a huge freaking blunder. Oh, blocking him in. Locking it down. Please warp in more sentries. Warp it in. Kill him. Kill the base. Kill off his bases. Come on. Uh-oh. Ooh. Come on. Hang in there one time. Bring the probes. Bring the probes to battle. Come on, sleight of hand. You got a cannon up. It's doing a little bit of damage. And the ghost. Oh, can he do it? Oh! Sleight of hand. Quite a man. Might of Zoltan. That's what I'm talking about. Good game. Perhaps the only GG we've seen today. Oh, as excited as I am about that game, I'm concerned that my pit stains will soon be reaching in the center of my chest and maybe eventually drifting up into my eyes. Oh my gosh. What a wonderful little display of people taking the Funday Monday and not being terrible and ridiculous, but actually demonstrating that this is pretty sweet. Like, really, Every single game that was submitted was under 20 minutes. People just doing Warp Prism harass and their opponents being unable to withstand the heat. In a lot of the games, I kind of tease players who, got their money up to the 2000s, but in terms of like tactical and strategic play, oh my god, that was amazing. Such kick-ass play. Huge hearts to all the people who submitted and all the fine folks who won today. For next week's Funday Monday, it is perhaps the simplest of all Funday Mondays that I've yet announced. Here is the Funday Monday for next week. You may not expand to your natural. That's it. You may not expand to your natural. That's all that it is. That's all you can't do, is expand to your natural at any point in the game, ever. You may not expand your natural. And some of you are probably being like, well, what about Delta Quadrant? I don't know what to do. And I'm going to be like, just don't play on Delta Quadrant, right? Do it on a non-Delta Quadrant map. Because on Delta Quadrant, your options are basically his natural, right? Like, that's a kind of a tough map to do that daily on. But you know what? You're not allowed to take your natural, period. Period. Sure, you can, like, long-range mine or some junk, but no natural taking. Submit those to Monday at day9.tv. Tomorrow is Newbie Tuesday. Submit to Tuesday at day9.tv a game of you trying to do the strategy from Day 9 Daily number 235 and having successes or failures. Send those to Tuesday at day9.tv. Watcha, watcha, watcha. Time to shower, because let me tell you something. The Sasquatch part of my blood rebelled quite a bit today. And I'm just going to have to make sure I keep that as muted as possible. So, did you have a good day, Chewy? I did too. See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and ciao.